Hi guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to the Chan. It's yo boy coming out here with another My Immortal fanfiction reading. We are doing this, guys. I don't know why we're doing this, but we're doing this. Last we left off was chapter 24 and 25. So we'll go and maybe do up to 26 and 29 because these chapters look kind of short. So maybe we'll get those done relatively soon. We'll see. I don't know how many I'm gonna do, but we'll just see. Alright, chapter 26. And I'm not reading the author's note because we've gone over this. A few minutes later, Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, black leather pants, and a good Charlotte t-shirt. Hi, Vampire, I said flirtily as I started to sob. Draco hugged me sexily, trying aunt to comfort me. I started to cry tears of blood, then told them what happened. Oh, fuck, Vampire shouted angrily. He started to cry sadly. What the fucking dick did that? I don't know, I said. Now come on, we have to tell Dumbledore. We ran out of the tree and to the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. Sire, our dads have been shot, Draco said, while we whipped some tears from his white face. Whip. Ebony had a vision in a dream. Dumbledore started to cockle. Ha 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 ha. And how do you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional? Divisional. What? I glared at Dumbledore. Look, motherfucker, he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. You know very well that I am not delusional. Now get some fucking people out there to look for Sirius and Lucian pronto. Okay, he said in an intimidated voice. Where are they? I thought about it. Then all of a sudden, long done. It's not London, it's Longdon. Longdon. Fucking God. I told him which street. He went and called some people and did some stuff, and after a few minutes, he came back and said people are going to look for them. After a while, someone called him again. He said that they have been found. Draco, Vampire, and I all left our rooms together. I went with Draco to wait in the nurse's office, while Vampire went to slit his wrists in the bathroom. We looked at each other's gothic, depressed eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came on in stretchers, and Professor Sinister was behind them. That was the end of chapter 26. Dun, dun, dun. Chapter 27. I like how it says chapter 27, Vampire will never hurt you. Okay. Everyone in the room started to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire all came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine. Come on, Ebony, said Professor Sinister. She was wearing a gothic black leather dress with a corset top and real vampire blood on it and fucking black platinum boots. I have to tell you, the fucking perdition, I think it's supposed to be premonition. I looked at Lucian, Sirius, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. I smelled happily and went into a dark room, and I had changed Professor Sinister, took out some black cards. She started to look into the black cubic ball. She said, Tara, I see Drac times are near, she said badly. She peeped into the ball. You see, you must go back in time. She took out a time toner, like Bloody Mary had. When Voldemort was in Hogwarts before he became powerful, he got his heart broken. Now, do you think he would still become Voldemort if he was in love? I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. It is the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. You can come to my room tomorrow, and you can do it. Okay, I said sadly. We did touch sin. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. I went outside again sadly. What the fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire. Yeah, what happened? Asked Darkness, Willow, and Bloody Mary. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sarah's being found. Everyone was proud of me, but I just won't talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name, and some reporters were there, trying to interview Dumbledore. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were there, obviously trying to be fucking goth, wearing the him sign on their hands, despite them not having actually heard of them. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crabby and Goggle set up some fireworks in the shapes of skulls from the Weasley Wizard's Wise. I put on my invisibility cloak with Vampire and Draco, and we sneaked out together. What the fuck was that chapter? Okay, chapter 28. We went into a back room. The walls were back, and the portraits of gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marilyn Manson all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle. Red velvet lined the black box. There were 3 chairs made of bone and real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff on it, fishnet stockings, and black leather thong underneath. Ooh, scandalous, a thong. I sat down in the chair desperately. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Asked Vampire, pouting a bastard hand on mine. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on them. Yeah, I guess, I said sadly. Draco also put his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick. The problem is I have to seduce Voldemort. I'll have to go back in time. Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. It's okay, Ebony, he said finally. But what about me? You're not going to break up with or anything, are you? Of course not, I gasped. Really? He asked. Sure, I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Then I took off Draco's MCR shirt seductively, took off his pants. He was hung like a stall on. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said Ebony on it. Black roses were all around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took out a video camera. Okay. I took off my clothes. Then we were in for the ride of our life. We started Frenching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Bach into my you-know-what, and passionately we did it. I love you, Ebony. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you, he screamed as we orgasmed. We watched Vampire film everything perfectly. Suddenly, what are you fucking doing? It was Snop and Professor McGonagall. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Firstly, I should have seen it coming that this author's like, oh no, we have to send this Mary Sue of a character back in time to seduce Voldemort, because why not? Because obviously. I'm this is such a stupid story. I'm sorry, but it's so stupid. And we're at chapter 20. Well, now we're about to start chapter 29. I'm not going to read it in this video, but we're at chapter 29 is where we're stopped at. And there's like 44 chapters, so we're like almost done. What else is going to happen in this thing? I barely remember how the story even started. I don't even remember. It's a bunch of random bullshit that just is piled on together. Like, I don't want to be that person and be like, well, I write fanfiction and I read fanfiction and I know shitty fanfiction when I read it. But like, this is obviously shit fanfiction. But it's just like, it's so bad that nothing's happening. Like, at least in other things that I've read, like, there are some things that are happening that's like cohesive and keeping the story going. And this is just like garbage. I'll even like call out some like random fanfiction authors that I've read some of their stuff and it's not actual trash. Like Tracing Skylights, I used to read their stuff all the time, and they did like a bunch of Power Rangers original characters series, and like they were well written and I really enjoyed them. Like Power Rangers Next Legends, loved it. Cyberfusion, loved it. It was fantastic. Then you have like Charlotte Charlie Hartley. I wish you would come back, Charlotte. I wish you would come back so much because you have written some characters that were my characters that I inserted to your series. That for your Power Ranger series, I would love to see these characters explode more. But I don't know if you're ever going to come back. But if somehow you see this YouTube video, hi Charlie, it's me. I don't want to say my name from fanfic.net because then everyone's gonna know my fanfiction account. But I'm just gonna let you know I've submitted some of your characters. And if you want to know who I am, just hit me up. Yeah, there's Breaking Free. This is a Star Wars fanfiction. It's about basically if Anakin never became Darth Vader and like everything that happened at Episode 3 changed, and then like A New Hope and onward was different. So like Luke and Leia had Padme and Anakin in their lives as the events of all of like the original story originally happened with their parents included, but like there's a different Sith apprentice instead of Vader. Love that series. Bond of Brotherhood. It's about Sam and Dean being separated and then like Dean reuniting with Sam like years later, and like how everything's all different between the brothers, like how their relationship would have been so different. I can't get into much about it without spoiling the whole series, but loved it. Now an archive of our own. I have some ones that are my favorite that I've read. Night Down with Our Guards Talk. Wait. It's a Clans fan fiction. It's one part, but like there's 24,000 words. It's a really good series. I mean, a really good read where it's about like Keith and Lance having insomnia and like going to an observation deck and just like talking, and then like their relationship just developing a little bit more. I love it. It's one of my favorite comfort reads. And if you're the author and you see this, hi, I love your work. Another one is The Hoppers. I am not a big Stranger Things fan, but every now and then I'll get into the fan fiction of reading Stranger Things. And this is about Hopper basically adopting Steve Harrington at a very young age. And like in the story, it goes back and forth between like when Steve was a kid and then a flash forward. And like it's very insightful for like big important moments that happen, like in abandonment, with Steve having issues with abandonment and then like people in his lives leaving him, and like you flash forward between the 2 points. It's really great. And I wish the author would update, because the last update was January 28th, 2023. Hi, if you're the author and you're just coming across my YouTube video, please update this, because I've been waiting so long for an update, and your work is mwah. And the last fan fiction I'm going to talk about, that's one of my favorites, is called A Pain So Sweet. It is a fan fiction about Podrick Payne and Sansa Stark. Wow, I couldn't say Sansa's name. Of them being in love and it being secret, and then it being out, but then them being married, and then them being separated, and it's like a whole thing. And like they haven't updated in like 2 years, and I would love them to update, because we're at the point in the book where so Sansa has been like is with Lord Baelish, and like Podrick had escaped King's Landing and is with Daenerys, and that's where it ended. And I would love them to keep going so it gets to the point where Podrick and Sansa reunite, because oh my god, it would probably be so beautiful. Yeah, that was just me talking about fan fiction. Some fan fiction that I really like. I've written, I'd probably say over 100 pieces or something like that. And I'm not going to tell you my fan fiction name, because I know that's going to lead to some things. But yeah, so kind of going back to what I was saying before. Yeah, My Immortal is just a dumpster fire. There's no cohesiveness. There's no story. It's just a bunch of random things happening, and there's nothing to add. I don't even remember what even happened besides it going, hi, my name's Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenwood. Like, whatever, fuck. It doesn't, there's nothing happening. And I don't even know why I'm ranting and being annoyed about it, because it's just a stupid story. It was probably written by like some sort of troll or something, but it's so infuriating. So infuriating to me. Like, it's so infuriating to me as someone who writes fan fiction and reads it. Ugh. And the spelling errors. Like, I know when I do issues, I don't usually I don't edit before I publish. I just write, and then I realize I misspelled something or I didn't punctuate, and then I go back and I fix it after I've already published it. But there's so many spelling errors. Come on, man. Come on. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna end this video, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It was fun hanging out with you guys and reading that dumpster fire that is My Immortal. We have a little bit ways to go, and then we'll be done with the series. Yay! Yeah, but I'll see you guys next time, where I will probably be reading more trash, garbage, destruction, fires, what? I don't know. Anyways, peace out, guys. I love you so much, and see you next time. Bye!